Should just go up the line.
Alright, I got the recording started now.
The only thing that's in my general section is the people that I don't know why I haven't deleted yet. Like I'm just lazy. That's the only
Yeah,
thing that's on. Everyone else is in a
Kinda
folder.
me too. I say as I
If
hover
you're not in a
Mana.
folder,
I
hey,
have
that's me for me. I
Wait,
still
why
have
isn't Torch on
me
my
added.
groups thing? I have a lot of like a lot of the people that are in my general are either my real life friends or I like their username. Like I have fucking Filbert the Wise on here, dude. And I like
I don't know who
pugs.
that is.
No, it's just the cool name. I like Filbert the Wise, and there's a guy named I like pugs. I literally add people when they have cool names or they're funny to me.
Or they're funny to me.
Yeah, like this guy's name
I
is I
like
like
you, you're
pugs,
mine.
dude.
Interesting.
That's such a sick name. What do you mean, Filbert the Wise? Don't you just want to call him Filbert in game like every 5 seconds?
No.
So what's going on with
Definitely
the review?
Anyway.
All right. Well, I'm recording it now. Are you, Celeste?
Yeah, I've been recording. Yeah.
Can we start? All right. Cool. You mean I'll start?
Yeah.
Okay. Beauty.
We have no sound. I don't know if it really matters, but
Oh, I'm not
You don't
streaming
need
it, so
sound.
you can see
yeah, it's fine.
me.
The
on
editing
screen.
tool.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a perfect D. Like cursive D.
That's probably
Lol.
what she was going for too.
For die alone. See?
That's right.
Boom. Which game is this?
This is
this is the
the
first game from last night.
the quality Alistar gameplay from last night.
The
I
quality
was
video.
so tired last night. I think I played really bad yesterday.
Yeah, I'm really tired tonight. Actually, feels good, man.
I'm on fire right now.
I drank a cup of coffee tonight, so I would be tired again.
I'm eating my espresso chocolate.
I've drank
No.
like 3
Chocolate covered
7-Ups.
espresso beans.
Does that count?
Okay. So I believe it was Mountain Drake that was up. Because I don't think I can see what Drake is up.
Yeah,
it
it
was
is.
Mountain
you can look
Double
inside
Fire.
the pit. You can look inside the pit. It'll show you.
Oh, true.
Not up yet.
Wait, can you click on the map?
No, the icon should still be
It should be
On
on
the
the wall.
floor.
Oh,
There it is.
okay, right here. So Infernal.
Yeah.
Ocean.
That's
no,
Ocean.
that's Ocean.
Oh, that's Ocean.
Yeah.
Masters player, by the
How
way.
do you
Master,
think
by
that's
the way.
Infernal? That's not even raid.
I don't even know that this was a thing. So what was the call here at the beginning of the game? Like, where are your prio lanes and what
I
were you
think-
looking for?
I think Sly said he was prioritizing top early this game.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
So why are you prioritizing top? And this should
Yeah.
be a team decision, not just Sly's.
Because we wanted the Camille ahead because bot should just like won by itself,
Mm-hmm.
and
And I'm fucking
Galio
Galio,
mid.
so I don't really need
and
anything.
yeah, we have the Galio Camille combo,
Galio
so
versus Oriana mid with Corn.
wave clear bots.
Yeah. So what we're saying is this is equal. We need to prioritize this one and
Go
this
neutral.
one. This
Just-
one should be this one, right?
We should just get a lead.
Equal,
Yeah.
and this is
Yeah.
okay. So how should every lane be playing? Starting with mid.
I mean, I'm pretty much just trying to match Oriana's wave clear. She actually ended up letting me push her in early, which was fine too, because I could help get more priority around the map.
I
But
remember
she
you
shouldn't
talking
really
about
let me
that.
do that unless she's looking for
Yeah.
ganks. So I was just trying to play it safe, wave clear basically. Look around the map, try to do stuff.
Okay. So bot lane. How do you want to be playing your lane?
Since we're going to be playing on top side, we should have been playing to just get a CS lead or go even.
Yeah, especially no Morgana. Actually,
I think versus Morgana Vayne, you guys should want to shove probably really early so that you can bounce them back and then
Well, this
freeze
is
it.
just for these two.
Yeah. I'm saying
Torch.
like If they.
But she's trying to get them to answer. That's
Oh,
why.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My bad.
Torch.
Yeah, what's up?
So how did you want this lane to go?
We should have won it. Well, we would not even win it. We just should have won in farm, and either been even or been aggressive to the point where we're pushing their tower. Because we inherently like I literally think that as long as we don't get binded, we win the lane easy.
Okay, so how did you want the lane? Depending on minion wave, etc.
1 second, I just gotta answer my dad quickly.
Okay. Pretty, and where did you want the lane?
So I wanted the lane.
Okay.
In all honesty, when I think about it, sorry, I just really had to yell at my like my dad for to get some chicken out of the oven.
Okay.
So anyways, so I know the right answer. What the real answer for what I wanted was I wanted it to be us really aggressive on them in the front, but I know that we shouldn't have been up there. We should have been back. The reason why is because with top priority or with us taking top priority, we're not going to have any support if we get ganked, and so we should have been freezing pretty early up in our wave and keeping it right there.
Okay, so you wanted it where here? Or
I wanted it right over there. Yeah, that one.
Frozen in front of turret? Okay. Pretty, and where did you want the wave?
Yeah, like in the middle. So like in between your two arrows.
You want it right
Is
here?
no. In between the up and the down one. Like
This one?
literally right there. Yeah. I think that's
Okay.
perfect because I can still play bush, and we have wiggle room.
Okay. So you guys should be communicating this before laning even starts, where you want the wave, and be playing to it as soon as you come in the lane.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to top lane. How did you want to play this lane?
So I knew that Sly was communicating that his clear was going to come towards top lane around level 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to shove in the lane super early, like level 1, level 2, like into his tower, so it would bounce back.
Okay.
So it would be pushing more towards me by the time Sly got there.
So where did you want the lane here?
I wanted it like closer to my tower because
Okay.
I knew that Sly was going to try and come around. With the Camille versus the Malphite, I have a lot of like space that I can clear. So if he's pushed up that far, I can still reach him, regardless of
Okay.
like if he goes up for any minions, it's still in my E range, so I can hit him and
Okay.
the gank easier for Sly.
And Sly, you said you wanted to blue raptors into Scuttle? Into
Wait,
red
what?
and what was
Your
your pathing? You called
Uh,
for a pathing in game,
I
right?
think I'd go blue top scuttle, then red Krug's top. I don't know what I called for though in this game. I don't remember.
Okay, so you want to do blue, red, and then top Scuttle?
No, blue then top scuttle, then red.
blue top scuttle, red then Groats.
Okay. So that's what your pathing wants to be?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone's goals is basically set from that point onward. What's going to happen, and then everything else just comes to secondary thought process, because that's the main game plan, right? This is how every lane should be playing.
1 second, I'm just gonna grab my food.
Bot
quickly.
lane wants to freeze over here. Mid lane is relatively going to go even, and top lane's going to shove and then let it bounce back. And then everything from there on is what's actually happening in the game, right? Like Oriana lets you shove in, so that was
Oh my god.
Yeah, can you guys hear that?
Stop. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my fucking my splitters. Sorry. I think that's
So-
better.
So that's like game plan. That's what is happening, like what you guys planned. But what actually happens, like the Leo gets the shove in, right? So that's like example of how there's what's supposed to happen, what you plan, and then what actually happens, and it like changes your plans, right?
Oh,
Right.
little
because you're
bit.
saying that I was expecting to get shoved in.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
expecting something else, and then something else happens, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So then this means you get more, like, you're freed up, so you should be communicating that you can do more on the map.
Yeah, I
Yep.
definitely said that.
Yeah.
Communicating that for
Mhm.
sure.
And then top lane should be communicating whether their plan went right or wrong. Same thing with bot lane. It should be communicating whether their plan went right or wrong. And jungle should be communicating theirs. And so on.
Right.
And then you start building up what's actually happening on the map instead of just what you have planned.
Hmm.
Because your plan should always be changing depending on, what's going on.
I know this is a minor thing, but right there when they leashed, I feel like Alistar could take 2 hits for the blue buff for you, Sly.
I don't
Since, you
think
know,
it. I don't think it matters for Kindred, to be honest.
I'm gonna have full
Uh,
health after I do scuttle.
Yeah.
but it could save you a health pot in the long run.
Well, like the reason
Because
why I didn't is because I'm versus a ranged matchup. So like
yeah,
me
but
going into health with
the first 2 relic procs will heal you back up anyway
yeah, I get that.
on the first wave. So I know it's like very very minor. It could help like if Sly loses like a 1v1 in the jungle by like 1 auto attack. It could be that 1 auto attack.
I guess.
Again, very minor, but
I was about to say this pen placement.
Yeah.
Directly in the fucking middle. Feels good.
Okay, you guys should be communicating who has prio over this wave at this point, or even before here, and what minions are dying, and who's getting level 2 first. So you guys have 2 red minions. They have 3, so they're most likely getting level 2 first. So the best thing to do is getting them in last hitting range, and then letting the wave push into you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's safer for when they get the level 2 spike, they can't just cheese you. Or just rushing it down. Okay.
not bad trade.
Yeah, that's pretty
This
good.
is fine. So everything's going according to plan. They're starting to come back down here. Everything's
At the
shoved in, and
rebound.
it's gonna hit the rebound. How are you doing middle? Is this your plan?
Yeah. It looks like I'm pushing into her a little bit right here. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I was expecting her to push into me, but it was really obvious that she was just setting up a gank for Xin, so I'm standing pretty far back in the lane and just trying to queue the wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you communicate this during
Yeah.
the time?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely
he
said
was
that.
saying that.
Okay. Okay, he
Yep.
even crosses the scuttle, so
And
he's
I
giving you
pinged,
free
I pinged him
information.
there. Yeah, you saw my pings.
Yeah. And then you swap the bottom side, which is good.
Yeah,
And
I think he comes in
this
here.
is the tragedy, I think.
Okay. So you have what you want. The wave is pushing into you. Varus is starting to push the wave. So this is telling me you're starting to want to either have the wave up here or you're going to be pushing into them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to change the inevitable position of the lane. And
That was a
then,
really good tumble from Vayne, but
yeah.
didn't went for it though.
Well, there's 2 things that are wrong with this.
The wave.
The wave
position.
and there's another one, and that's you're breaking your tether with your AD carry. So
Yeah.
this is potentially becoming a 2v1 at this point.
Yeah. Well, like the comms here was Torch just telling me to go.
If he's telling you to go, he has to walk up with you. Because
Yeah.
at this point, he's sending you into a 2v1. And even if he starts walking afterwards, they still get to chunk you out for free and you can't really damage them or do anything.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much exactly what happens here. So this is breaking game plan, right? Nothing exceptionally happened that made you change game plan. You guys just broke it on your own accord.
Mm-hmm.
With that creep block.
And then, unfortunate.
Yep.
So when you're
Fucking
playing the
first
game
blood
plan, you should always be sticking majority to the game plan. But if you do see an advantage, then do it, but never force it, because you still want to be playing to your game plan, what your team and you have set up for a winning strategy, right?
Yep.
Also ping their summoners.
Mm-hmm.
Can we tell what they ping?
Yeah,
Okay.
it says in chat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't see if they did or not, but
Yeah, this normally covers it.
yeah.
But this is nice. This
Yeah,
went
they did ping
according
it.
to plan.
Yeah, there were a couple of good ganks top, I think, this game too. I think top and mid went pretty well.
Yeah. So, okay. What is the game plan for invading at this point?
I think I saw Zin bot, so I think I
Yeah.
just thought I could take his wolves for free.
Yeah, I
And
think I remember that.
I was telling you if Malphite spawns and then TP's back, you could come back
Oh yeah.
for another gank. So
Mhm.
this is just waiting for him to see if he will TP. Because if you look at my wave, I still have a massive wave on me.
Yeah.
So he might want to TP to like break the freeze that I have on him.
Okay.
I just pinged right next to me. Oh, that was a ward ping. So
Yeah.
Oriana just warded right
So
there.
the main thing I want you to keep in mind when you do a play like this and you do want to repeat game, because what else are you giving up on the map, right?
Mhm.
So it's not to say that this was a bad play, but just that you have more options than this one, right? And it should be communicated, like what's going on. So this is very uncomfortable, and you know, Jin's on bot side. You should be communicating this, and they're potentially in dangerous territory.
Okay.
I don't actually
So
remember what the comms were as far as that, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure we actually die. Two's in
Oh, really?
yeah,
here. Yeah, because Torch said he wanted
Oh
to
my
push
god,
in
my
the
mic
wave
was off
before
the
we
whole
went to
time.
go
Yeah,
ward.
I was curious why no one was listening to me. Then my mic was off.
You're the
Anyways,
master
no,
of
I
that.
know exactly what was happening. So we didn't see Zin. The reason why we die here, because Zin, if the issue occurs, is because I need a Vampiric Scepter really, really badly, and I'm almost there. Also, they're back, so I decide to push it. We need so that's why we're pushing super hard. Also, because I have 2 wards in my inventory, so I want a deep ward before I go back. So I decide to hard push, and we just get caught out like right before it happens because like Zin is right there along with them just now returning to lane.
yeah,
And so I think that it's a mixture of obviously our fault because we were greedy, and at least I was greedy, and I was like, hey, I want to push this lane, but also, yeah, I didn't know where Zin was. I would just yell at me. Either Peridian or Sly, just yell.
Okay.
yeah.
Because I think it's
I
obvious
think-
that the rest of us knew that Zin was bot, but maybe we just didn't communicate it well enough to bot lane.
I think if you're
Yeah.
planning on shoving to get the gold for the item and then wording, I feel like you should just back get the item and then reward it when you get there. Because
Well, I didn't have enough
You've
gold
got-
for it.
Well,
Like the thing is that we should have warded first and then went for the push.
well, what's
Right.
happening right here is it's putting yourself in a box, right? Because by the time you enter lane, they should be close to getting back in the lane, and then Jin's already bot side, so he can be anywhere within this river at this point, just like waiting for you, or he could be clearing a camp. You don't really know.
Yep.
So if you really need this wave, then you should be asking assistance. You have 2 people with TP in this game, and that should always be communicated. Always communicate whether you have TP and TP advantage, and if you need to use it, like they can call for it. So if everyone knows that Jin's bot side, then it should be communicated that you guys have TPs, and this is potentially fine because you can turn this from like a 3v2 into a 3v4.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
I might be wrong here, but I think we do TP. It's either this one or the next fight that we TP.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
not
I
the
think we
next fight.
TP here. It's not this one.
yeah, it's not.
But regarding that, when you don't back and then you want to repeat gank, and take a camp and then go back and repeat gang. The only thing that you're really giving up, right, is complete control over bottom, right?
Mhm.
And just other camps. So you have to kind of prioritize what you want to do next and what's the next game plan.
I think that honestly, the play was fine.
Mhm.
I think Slide did good. I just would yell that Zin's bot lane, specifically yell at us.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're making a stupid mistake. It is our fault. But if you can fix it, then just yell at us. Obviously, it's not your fault, but still, if you can help us, then just yell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we kill Oriana
So-
here too, which is good.
I'm trying to push the lane as fast as possible
Yeah,
here.
I remember this. You call for that gank, and Sai comes over. That's nice. As soon as you see them walking upwards, you as Alistar need to be not protecting Morgana, but be protecting from Jen.
Well, I figured I would just go body block the binding, but yeah, I should have went for Zin and then just face tank the binding anyways.
Because
Yeah, I think at this point with Torch having no flash, if Zin gets on him, he's dead.
Yeah, I mean it was a
Yeah.
split second thing. Like
Yeah,
Morgana was walking up and then Zin came out of vision. Like if you go back, like I literally had like,
Yeah.
half a second to decide. So I agree though. I should have
But-
went up to Zin and then body blocked the binding.
the fact that they haven't been backing up, even though the wave is obviously huge, is like a huge telltale sign. So it's like you have to walk back before they like start walking up, right?
Yeah, it just felt like they were just they knew we wanted to back, so they were just playing
Yeah,
up. That's what
I
I
also
felt
thought
like.
that, especially since she was 2-0, they had a huge advantage on us because I hadn't bought yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So currently, the game plan has changed, right? From
Bot
the
lane
original.
Zinting help us.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
we needed to stop the
So
Jhin
we have to go
Stop
with
the bleeding.
prio targets right now, right? So we have to see who's the prio target for the opponent team, and it's like a hyper carry, right? With Oriana, but Oriana's not doing that well, so she's not really in the game right now.
Yeah, we definitely had the game plan to like get bot back into the game, and I think we actually executed on
We
it.
actually
well
accomplished
early
it,
on.
but we fucked up later because we made shitty engages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the big problems right now are these two, and the fact that you already killed Malphite, that means top should have the lead right now. Even if he didn't get the kill, he should still have the farm advantage by a decent amount, and should have complete control over this lane.
Yeah.
So, what's the next game plan for getting bot a lead? It's like, it's nice to be having the thought process in mind, but what's the actual game plan?
I think we said that we had double
said
TP, and they wanted me to set up a TP ward.
Yeah, I
Okay.
specifically said that I was going to be hitting 6 soon and that we both had TP and could make a play off of it. I remember
Yeah.
saying that for sure.
So,
Like, pretty
what's
much right at
exact-
this point.
So you're saying you want to get a TP and then some TP board somewhere where
There's no way for me to get up that far. Yeah, you'll see. Like I go up and walk up, and my
We
ward
did gank
doesn't
at that point.
place, and then I just fucking take so much damage. We ended up winning the fight, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your plan after you get the TPs and?
Well, I think
So-
the overall goal is just shut down the Vayne. Like we just need to get rid of the Vayne.
If all goes well with the bot lane dive, we either go for bot lane tower, depending on how the wave is set up for the dragon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called for the Drake after we had the TP play actually, and we got the Drake.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, if we do get the kill on Vayne, right? And we start putting her behind, she still has 4 kills. And that still means she's getting items and she's still bigger than your carry.
Yeah.
So then, like, what's the next play to keep this lead going, to keep the tempo?
I don't know. I think we need to see after the fight happens to see the map. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the map state is after. Like I'm pretty
So
sure
you
we
guys
take
just
tower and
respawn.
dragon. What? And
Well, you
then
guys made.
I think I've waste TP here to go back top actually.
No, I don't
Yeah,
yeah,
think
might have
yeah.
just been Galio TP.
No, we both TP'd there.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, you definitely TP'd bot Greco.
I don't remember that.
And I think you
So-
actually caught most of the wave going back too. I
I'll
don't
be back.
remember.
I think this is kind of bad for me because I'm like trying to set up for this TP play, and I'm trying to push out so that I don't miss much top. But I'm already chunked out. I think I may actually.
No, you definitely
like-
back. You
So-
definitely.
I think I
back.
get
Don't
within
calm
like
down.
It's a little bit like
100
It's not.
HP
It's not
down.
happening right now. I'm 0 mana too. So I'm backing
So-
right
Yeah.
now. I haven't even backed for my first back yet. So.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. What I'm asking more so is what plays do you make to keep the tempo, right? Because you decided that this is nice for early game, but it's not really a prio dragon.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
have to decide whether you want to put effort into getting it, right? The time and effort. 2, you have to understand her power spikes. She has 4 kills, and it's like, yeah, that's terrible, but what does that actually get her, and like how much money does she have, kind of thing? And when is her actual power spike going to hit? You have 380 carry mains, so you guys should be communicating the next power spikes for that. And will she be online? And what's my time period for like playing off of that, right?
Right.
And then of course everything else is just like seeing what actually happens on the map.
Yeah, I think the first time I TP'd, we both TP down, and then the second time I ult down, and we
Yeah.
actually like fucked up bot lane pretty well.
So everyone backed, and you guys are walking up and getting this. See Gen topside.
I see there's something funky that might be happening, so I start creeping towards mid.
Mm-hmm. So the question you should be asking yourself is, do I need to be here at the moment? Right?
Yeah. Right
the
now-
next wave is pushing in, so it's going to be pushing into them.
Yeah, I think I would try to come over, but I see a fight happening, so I end up TPing.
We could
Yeah,
listen to
wait,
the
wait.
comms right here. I think would probably be good, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's that one that Camille Kindred Galliavar Salsar. That one.
Say
Yeah.
what? Oh, I thought you said Dylone, but you said that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they sound pretty similar.
Yeah.
Kappa.
What do you mean? They actually do sound similar.
Die alone in that one.
Yeah.
I am back.
Over
What's
over
going on?
mic, kind of quiet. They say it.
I suppose.
Are we just looking at the TP play?
Yeah,
She has,
we're listening to
we're
the
looking-
comms
we're
here.
listening to the comms
so
on it.
if she like
Was that like
autos you,
6
it's,
minutes
like,
in the
almost
game
free
time?
mind.
I think?
She's not bad.
Yeah.
So just beware.
Malphite's not
Zinzao's
topside.
tops. Zinzao's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
this
going
is
to
just
his
Yeah, this is
ult
it.
right now?
I'm gonna get Scuttle and then see if I can gank bot.
none of this is warded.
I don't know why she's like slow pushing this. She should just shoved it in. But I will take the free cannon. Thank you.
We
I
have
have no
a vein
black
here.
shield.
I'm sick.
Okay, you see Gen bot side, and you guys are setting up for a fight versus a big target. So if you're going to come over, you should just walk over. But if you're going to clear wave, then go up and quickly clear wave and TP. But staying here in the middle kind of just does neither.
Well, I
And
think
puts
I
you
don't
in a
think
play it out. I
he-
don't think we've made the call on it yet.
I don't think he had a
Yeah.
great place to TP at the start of this fight either. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you
kinda
should be
just TP'd
discussing.
randomly.
I think you're in.
Well, we're definitely
Well,
talking about
very
it. Like,
close-
play it
very
out
close.
and like watch the whole thing, and then we can go over it. Cause
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's
six,
Zinzao.
I'm six
Zinzao's
now.
down here.
I'm six now, so we can make something happen. Bot with a TP.
They're
I didn't mean to
gonna
auto
want to
that.
fight us constantly because Vane's so far ahead.
Yeah,
So you'll have opportunities too.
yeah.
I got a ward in here.
Just try to get a ward up. Yeah.
Zin's
Yeah,
here,
Zin's
Zin's
outside.
here, Zin's here.
What the fuck? It didn't even ward, dude.
I can't
At
come
the
to you.
block.
I
guys,
can
sorry, from-
TP.
I'm dead.
We can
We can
try.
go. We can go. We can go.
Go.
Just kill.
I'm
Just
going
kill
on
that.
Zen.
Ward. Go for Zin. Go for Zin.
I got you. Sly.
Good ult.
Nice.
Thanks for the help, guys.
Drop.
We have still have a 5-0 Vayne we need to worry about.
Yeah.
Uh,
If we get the shutdown,
I
on
need
Vayne,
to
that's
back.
pretty huge.
I need to back for top.
Yeah.
We're playing.
Can we take Drake
we're
over
playing
here?
some
Zinzao's dead.
down here.
Let's just take it.
I don't think we can. Okay.
I think we can. Yeah.
Ori's rotating.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. So it turns out Peridian went up to do a ward, and he got caught out for it.
I think we were trying to get a little bit more preparation into the TP play, and then it kind of just ended up having to happen. Otherwise, we were going to lose out on a lot more shit.
So when you guys were going up and warding farther ahead, and you had a bunch of free time and you were safe doing it, you should be trying to plan out what you want to do next. Like if you want a TP play, then
Who's echoing?
it should be.
It's really annoying.
Hello?
I think it's pretty.
Was it me?
It's Peridian.
Yeah.
It's Peridian.
Okay, try now.
Hello?
Um,
I hear myself.
What?
Very, very little bit.
It's fine.
I'll
now.
turn.
It's fine now.
but the ward should be put down earlier if you want to make the TP play. Otherwise, going up when they're pushing in is like the time when they want to fight, and they're going to try to fight you.
Right.
She's not. She just wants to protect her mark.
Okay.
I think she's gonna
They
come
won't
out
have
here
a
and
ward
ward it, but it's gonna be
behind
too
her
late.
Okay, so then you call for Drake. So you get tempo on bottom side, you lose tempo on top and mids, and you decide to do Drake. So the follow-up play should be, why do we want to spend so much time on this Drake right now?
Because it was free, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not like the wave
got
isn't even crashing mid, and they just reset.
I was
Like they
already-
just died rather.
I backed instantly after the play just to get back to the top side.
Yeah, like I don't think we're losing anything off this.
You lose control over bottom wave. They
It
get
crashed,
to
right?
control it. Yeah, it crashes, but then they get first prio to it, so they get to take control over it. Jen gets to go back to either A, clear, or B, set up for another play. And bot needs to return, and then Malphite gets to do whatever he wants after the shove-in.
Well, I think
You
the
eventually
minions
get-
crashing in the tower sets it up to bounce back to us, which is where we want it, right?
It will go into a freeze or be caught right here, depending on how big this is, but they get to control it afterwards. They get like tempo over the lane and stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I just think that because she's fed, like they just have tempo
Yeah.
either way. So with it pushing into us, it's just good for us either way.
Yeah, but putting time into this, is it valuable to lose some tempo over
Well, what do you think we
mid,
could have
top,
done instead?
and jungle? If you back and reset and then set up for a next play, you can eventually get the next tempo play, right? So Galio could eventually just push this in and then back and get whatever item, and then whoever got shut down on Vayne can get their item faster, and then
Well, we didn't kill Vayne, I don't think.
Yeah, we didn't kill her yet.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
So we
Oh,
no
you
one got
didn't
the shut
kill
down.
Vayne?
Pretty huge.
I need to.
No,
we
we got
got
the-
we got Morgana and Zinzao.
okay. Let's go back into the game then. 1 second. So the main goal is to get Vayne here.
I think that we tried to, and she just like straight up left.
Like it just didn't ward when I fucking locked up.
Feels
I was
bad.
just
Um,
yeah,
Good thing you did get it down though. You put it there after you,
yeah.
yeah.
because I ended up TPing there. Yeah, she just fucking dipped. So we were like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. She still gets a kill and then she gets to back out freely. So this is just basically slowing down back timers and power spikes. So you have to consider the value of the Drake instead of just like it's a free Drake kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just figured that it was free and that it would be easy to take. We could just
Yeah.
reset with it.
It kind of delays everything by 40 seconds, whatever you're going to do next. So you have to consider like whether it slows you down too much and what the next play should be. Okay, you guys still lose bottom lane because she's getting pretty big now.
Oh, actually, yeah. Torch still doesn't back after the Drake, actually.
Because he did
He was
Grump.
trying to get the
I think.
Grump. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
would have
just
been getting back right about now.
yeah. That's just
Well, he
value.
Yeah, he would have gotten back almost the same time Pretty and did.
Yeah. What is valuable, like more valuable for you, kind of thing. That's the
Yeah.
only thing you really need to consider there.
Yeah, he was just really trying to get the recurve bow, I think.
Yeah. Okay, you guys called for this, and this is pretty good. They were slow to rotate. You guys were even ready to back out, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
you guys considered whether the other people were rotating, and then you went in after you saw they didn't rotate. That was nice. So what's your plan for bottom lane at the moment?
Wait, I'm pretty sure like right here I was saying we don't ever fight unless we have Galio Camille
They
here.
pretty much like play like a fucking pussy.
Mhm.
Pray to God not to get hit by a binding.
You should be communicating power spikes and what exactly
Ooh.
all this gold she got turns into, kind of thing. And when she actually becomes like actually online. Because right now she's not actually at her strongest point. So
She's actually like still relatively weak here.
Yeah, after Torch won a few trades against her, I was like, oh, maybe we can actually. But
okay.
Greco just
Well,
passively
I think
getting soloed top.
Yeah, that was me
smile.
being a dumbass. I was trying to shove in the wave, and I ended up dying for it.
Oh, you just took a bunch of free damage.
And I could have just left there. And I was like, oh wait, he has ultimate.
We don't
Yikes.
have flash, and we have 60 ping, so there's no flashing that anyway from that distance.
Because you used your ult ones in earlier. If you had your ult there, it would have been fine.
I don't even know if I would have killed him with my ult.
I mean, you just dodge his ult with your ult, and then you walk
Either way.
away.
If I'm a
It was
god.
dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, on 60 ping with that short of a distance, that's really hard to do.
True.
So here, earlier they asked if I had my flash. Didn't. So I think they just engaged anyway, so we just fought.
Yeah. But you have the numbers advantage, so this should be fine.
Yep. I think we actually end up getting Vayne here. Yeah.
Poggers.
Pog fucking champ, dude.
It was
I don't know what
so
we do here.
annoying, like the way that they spread out every time I went down. I'm always like fucking trying to find the right target.
So you have to make a call whether you want to push for turret because it's a 2v4 right now, or if you want to not.
We were saying we wanted to dive, I think.
Hmm.
Okay.
The last members.
And top laner should be keeping track of the other top laner's TP, and if you want to make a play like this, you should be communicating whether the opponent top laner has their TP or not.
Yeah, pretty sure he just like showed up bot. I'm pretty sure he's the one that we killed.
Malphite? Yeah, we just kill him.
Yeah, like I don't even know when he TP'd or if he just walked there.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
Was it right here?
No, I guess
No,
not.
it wasn't.
It definitely happens though. We'll see.
I think
They're
it was the
opposite
next
of
time the
them here.
tower.
Yeah.
We go for the tower.
Okay. So you guys should be communicating that it's going to be pushing towards you.
I think this next dragon is.
Can I ask a
So-
quick question
I think
about
it's
jungle
fire.
here?
Oh yeah, I think it is fine.
Okay.
So
I'm just curious, just so that I know, like, maybe you were communicating this anyway, but so you have Gromp and Wolves up here. Why? I guess it's probably better to clear them when you come back, but why is it better for you to clear them when you come back as opposed to now? Is it just because you're
What do you
planning on
mean?
coming bot
What?
anyway?
What items did he just buy? And it's probably how much gold he had. He wanted to probably spend it.
I believe he just finished warrior, or maybe just got those 2 longswords.
I think I got boots and warrior, like the upgraded boots and warrior.
I'm just curious, like, for my own knowledge, like, on when you're thinking of backing and like where you're planning on going. Like, obviously you're gonna go bot, and you're probably looking for another gank bot then, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Carry on.
Alright, so if that's being communicated, anyone that can help in the play should be communicating whether they can help or not.
Mhm.
Glio has ult, Camille can clear this and reset, and the wave will be hitting tower and probably going to be right here, so it's going to push back into you, so you have time to do whatever you want for about 40 seconds.
I think I push here and get a deep ward.
Okay. Okay, so it's going to meet in the middle.
Oh no! This is what I was doing. I was calling for a play on Oriana here, because I had ult and Galio has ult.
Yep.
I think she lives because of stopwatch.
Wait,
Oh
that-
fuck, that's tragic.
why is his
That's
teleport red and blue?
It's just the spectator bug.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I couldn't tell who's TP. I'm like, I'm guessing that's the blue member because it's the blue minion, but
Can you press X, Serena, and just check the gold between Varus and yeah. Okay.
So exactly like 1k ahead.
For a second, I was
Can
like,
you-
damn, I'm 1200 up on Oriana, and then I realized it was actually Morgana.
Can you slide them on the scoreboard so they line up?
This is the fight that we almost won.
So, like drag Malphite to where Oriana is on the scoreboard.
It's like
Okay.
like this lane's
Yeah.
really like Morgana is really good in
Can you hit
Alistar
X one more time just so that I can
for
see
like
where
this
we're at?
whole reason.
We're actually up here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
1k gold.
by 700 for mid lane.
I mean, we were definitely making the right plays, like looking
Mhm.
toward.
Slav was up
bot
1500 gold. He's up
Yeah.
his whole thing. While I'm here.
Also, if you're facing a good Vayne, Vayne's good into Alistar too,
Yep.
because she can condemn you as you're going for your combo.
That was such a good like play by them, like just in general.
Oh, where the hell did I come from?
We get them both though. Feels good, man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we rotate
straight
down. This
into
is where we
here.
get the dive bot, because this is where Malphite's also here.
Mhm.
And we know
just-
Malphite didn't have ult because he just used it mid.
Yeah.
But particularly for that play for bot lane, after Vayne starts cutting backwards, you guys can't funnel into them, so you guys have to back up.
Yeah.
So you guys funneled into them and they just destroyed you from there.
Yep.
Okay, so you said the call was to dive them here?
Yeah, to dive the
Just dive this
Malphite.
guy.
Because they just forced the jungler back. So it's
Okay.
actually just Malphite.
So it's kill Malphite and take first turret gold.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a plan. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Dragon Sense spawning like right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just go and fucking gobble that shit up.
Wait, why does first tower not show up on the mini map or the timeline, or is it hiding behind the dragon?
What?
The tower
On the
is not.
time-
The tower is not showing up on the timeline for some reason.
Oh.
Okay. So you got bottom turret in
Damn, we're
here.
up
I guess
3K
we'll
here.
listen to the comms.
Yeah.
I think we call for um a swap here, and then I think I try to solo Vayne and I just die because I didn't realize how fed she was because I was not looking at the map.
Can't.
Well,
hear it.
I can't hear it.
We can't hear it, Serena.
Oh yeah. Okay. I forget I have to change it to this mode. Yeah, there we go.
You guys know.
Yeah.
Okay,
push it
you
in.
guys were
Need the fucking wave though.
talking about CDRs,
You guys know ult? Okay.
which is very good.
That's my bad.
Just get the
I was just
tower.
trying to
Yeah,
change
take the
CC.
tower, guys.
Tower then go dragon.
Tower and
Tower
dragon.
then dragon. Tower and dragon.
I have a pink for it.
Nice.
I have a pink.
Really good job recovering bot lane, guys.
Clear the rest of that. Clear the rest of
I
that.
can't. You
Okay.
can do it.
Yeah, I can cue it. Give me that shit. Oh, fuck you. Fucking cue it, and steals the cannon.
Okay, from here on, you guys should be
There's only
talking
one
I
Wait.
need to catch this
about
wave mid before I
I have
Okay.
no,
go.
I have
what
no
to
comment, I have no
connect.
comment.
I can
He's
go.
fine.
I can go.
No, it's good. It's good.
You sure?
We all
Sorry,
need to reset
sorry,
anyway.
Sly. Yeah, we
Alright,
need to
alright,
back
alright.
out here.
All right.
I'm just getting a lofty.
Take the wave torch. I'd appreciate it if you tell me if you want that wave torch, because I said that I'm what's going the mid to call take here it, for and I could have lanes? backed like 5
I'm going
seconds
back.
earlier than that.
Yeah, we should just go top now.
Okay.
We took dragon. That's really good.
That's fair. My bad.
Okay, so you called to go top lane.
We should
I'm gonna take
get
your
top
rage torch
tower.
right there.
There's a huge wave top torch that you probably want to catch.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
really
I'll
Okay,
get
okay,
wards
okay.
off of this next wave.
I took your
I think
rage
Vayne
spells
is
on
alone
mid.
then.
I don't know if
Okay.
you heard me ask, but
I'm just gonna TP mid. I fucked up my.
Oh, I know what I'm about
Vayne's
to do
all-time
here.
favorite.
Am I gonna try and go on Vayne here? I'm gonna try and
I
solo.
don't have ult, so it's.
So the call was to go top and take top turret.
Yeah, I should have just. Oh, fuck. I'm just reliving the movement in my head. I'm like, oh fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah. So if the call is to take top turret, then Kindred needs to come over and shadow, because currently Vayne's only showing. That means they're missing 3 other players in the map.
I think he got red and then came to top.
Okay. And Khalil currently has ult, so if you are going for this, you have to communicate when they call it that you don't have ult and you can't have any pressure. You don't have TP.
It's all you.
We don't know where Zinjo is either.
They just TP for the turret wave. I think he just TP'd for the turret
So
wave.
it's
Yeah.
Am I gonna try and go on
fucked up my.
Vayne's
Call timing
grouping
there.
mid? Am I gonna try and go on Vayne here? I'm gonna try and solo.
I don't have ult, so it's all you.
We don't know where Zinjo is either.
So what's your plan for using TP here?
Like why I used it?
Mm-hmm.
I fucked up my buy. I mean, you saw me fucking go back into base and buy like 16 times, so I just TP'd back so I could catch the wave. I should have just told Sly to take it though. It was definitely a mistake. I should have held the TP cooldown.
Well, even if that whole wave eats it in the tower, because if the plan was to go top here, so it would still have to be up top. But even if they eat
Well, I
that whole
think I
wave in the
would've-
tower,
Yeah.
it's just one wave and they wouldn't be able to get it because we know Vayne's bot.
Yeah.
It's not like they melt that tower anyway with
That's
Morgana
true.
and Morgana.
So the value
just-
of
I
TP
just
can be
graded.
much more than one wave.
Yeah, I just graded hard
Comparable.
there.
Okay. Okay, let's go back to the other chat now.
So you can watch me in. Feels bad.
So you guys call it back.
We start losing. The reason we lose this game is because we just start making really bad engages off of baits.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're actually up, and I'm not that far behind. Like what? Like I'm really not. Like of course it's a vein, but like I'm 2-3 eagling and farm with her.
Rip.
Okay. So there's multiple things that happen
Oh, sorry. Fuck.
here.
Is it still doing it? Holy fuck. Sorry, guys.
Can I see how much gold I have here? Because I haven't backed since that last play bot.
You have 1.4.
Okay.
So you engage on the vein.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Maybe
I
if you
fucked up
committed
since
the
I-
auto, you just win? Or no?
I think she went invisible. And I fucked up. Yeah, even if I commit the auto, I don't
Yeah,
feel
that's the
bad.
one thing with Vayne is like once you get ahead, you will 1v1 anyone in the entire game regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give my reasoning for going on the Malphite top lane here, because Greco said that he was fighting Vayne, and I knew Malphite was looking bot to TP. Like literally, like go back 15 seconds, just AFK watching bot lane. Just literally sitting there watching them. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I immediately knew something was bad here. I was like, oh, we're dead.
Wouldn't it just be better from the start his TP and you just W him and walk away?
Well,
Well, if Zin wasn't there, we would have chunked him, taken the tower off of it, and got no issue.
I should have just respected the fact that Zin could have been there, but I was like just trying to punish him not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, like, if he wasn't paying attention, isn't it better for him to waste his TP cooldown?
What? Like, I knew Greco was losing the 1v1. I seen the HP bars. So, like,
okay.
I knew he wasn't going to commit the TP. I just, yeah.
Yeah.
It was still bad by me to do it. Just lucky that Sly was there. Well, not lucky, but
I think it was
knew it
any
was
other
coming,
champion
but-
on their team it would have been okay, but Malphite it's hard to like.
Okay. A little bit of misplace here. You just have to respect the fact that if someone's not on the map, you have to consider if they show up, what will happen, kind of thing. If you can take it or not. And Jin's pretty strong, definitely with Malphite because they have a lot of burst. So your AD carry is very at risk in that fight.
yeah.
If you can be a wall for him, then you guys win that fight, of course. But they can kind of just dive past you.
Yeah. Unstoppable, by the way. No.
Zin smited this fucking crab away from.
Then we take another weird fight in the river.
So this fight, I called for Zin, like, because he committed E here. Like, I seen Greco E forward, and I thought Galio was in range, so I was calling for it.
Yeah, I literally
Yeah.
was just like listening to like 4 people saying Galio ult, and I was like, oh, okay. So I just saw Zin E, and then I just ulted, and we fucking got shit on for it. I didn't really consider what was going on. I just heard like the entire team telling me to ult.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting Vayne there either.
So let's change windows and see what the actual comms were.
Oh, ward. Can you give me wards?
Top side. I'd say like here or something.
We don't have mid tower. No. 49.
40, yeah. I'm about 1,000 gold away from my Triforce.
One thing to note, after Rift, you should be considering where the next plays are going to be played and what vision you want. And everyone should be responding to waiting because everyone is off the map. There are currently 4 players off the map and just Ori showing. So you have to play safe and wait for groupings to happen before you actively want to make a play anywhere. And know that you have Rift and you can force anywhere you want to. You just have to consider what vision you want at that point. So that's one thing you should be thinking about when you
Yeah,
get
I'm rushing right just
an
for-
objective.
so we can.
Because a lot of play is based around not just getting the objective, but the next play after the objective. Like, why do you want this objective if you don't have any plans afterwards, kind of thing.
Follow up easier on the Camille Galileo engages.
I think we should just try and take down mid now.
Yeah, I agree
And
with
keep them
Rift.
here.
How
I
come?
need it. I'm going to
How
side
come
lane.
y'all? Someone.
I can't kill him. He can kill
We have
me.
Galileo.
Galileo?
Galileo.
Oh, what?
Okay, so you guys were talking about forcing it down mid and stuff, but then there's the 80 carry matching Malphite. We have 3 middle and 1 bottom. So
Yeah,
what was,
I think we should have just stuck with the original call, because that's why I was so confused. I was like, wait, what? Like, I thought we were just talking about doing mid. You know, like, nobody even said anything about Zin there.
What
until
happened is
I was, like, supposed to be ulting.
I was planning on doing the crab and then coming to mid, but then Xin Zhao just walked down, smited away from me and tried to run. And then I started fighting him, tried to run.
Mm-hmm.
But after he got the crab, I probably should have just said fuck it and turned around.
So I think this wasn't particularly the problem. I think it's making the plans beforehand because everyone started saying calls like as they were starting to happen, kind of thing. So you should start making plans as you're like finishing Rift, right? Unless you think there's going to be a fight. If you think there's going to be a fight, then you should be planning out the fight if it does happen. And then once you take Rift and want to reset, then you guys should be thinking about, okay, while you're backing, you should be thinking about what's the next plan, right? What should we do on the map? And then everyone should follow the call. Because we have Torch up here, and then basically everyone's just split up, and then mid lane's confused because people are calling him to ult somewhere, and then he just wants to press ult on someone because he's being called to do it, right?
My bad. I'm walking down. I'm not in range. Oh, now I am.
Just go.
We can go, Kindred.
She died.
Good fucking shit. I think you
That's
just-
my first time
just
to
get
ult
the fuck
while
out.
raising
Back out, back out,
ammunition.
back out. We'll get mid. Back out, we'll
Malphite's
get
going
mid.
mid.
Yeah.
Malphite's going mid.
I'm
got
Malphite's
dead
coming.
to you guys.
Yeah, we don't even need Rift to get this.
Alright, Malphite's coming. We have to back up.
She already
Okay.
used ult. Oriana already used ult. Like,
My
we
ult
wouldn't
had
fight.
just come up. It's my bad. I was a little aggressive there. Should have just backed off.
Yeah, I didn't. I saw that you didn't have ult. I wasn't sure what the call was there. I didn't hear the Galio ult early enough. Was I supposed to ult earlier than that, or?
I mean,
I can ult this.
I
I
don't
can
know
ult her.
how much it really
Okay.
Okay. So currently people are talking about what already happened, when the next call should be what's going to happen next, right? Because
Yeah, I was just so dumbfounded at what had happened. I was just like wanting some clarification, but I guess I should have just left it for after the game.
yeah, that's definitely for after game, because we're currently talking about something else while like 3 people are positioning to do something aggressive, they should be talking about that and not talking
Yeah.
about.
I think Peridian says that too. Like, we say this for after the game.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Cool.
Clean flash by her.
I'm just gonna riff for this. No, I
I'm
shouldn't.
gonna
I
need
shouldn't.
help
She,
with Vayne.
she
They have
doesn't
more
have
members.
ult, so
They have more members though.
Well, Vayne's not there.
I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, without Vayne, they are not strong
I'm
at
getting
all.
a fucking thorn mail. I'm just gonna have to be the front line here, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm just gonna have
I
to
think,
be the CC.
I think Frozen Heart would be
No
better.
pink, by the way.
Thornmail
I'm
this
taking
game,
your
I think.
wolves.
Okay. Yeah. That's
They're
a
just
good
all
idea.
mid. They have everyone mid except Vayne.
True.
Just try and fight them here. We're definitely stronger than them.
Yeah.
If we kill
With our
Vayne.
ult, so-
Yeah, we have to kill
Yeah.
Vayne.
Like, we fight off ult cooldowns for sure.
I'm pretty sure I just do more than her in team fights.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Oh,
you're
actually,
fucking
yeah, Storm
giant.
Razor, yeah, you're
Yeah, for
fucking right.
now,
You're
she's
so
gonna get
strong.
crazy.
I think we can just spawn Rift off this wave. If you just
I think
back
I'm
we're
up.
running
fine
mid
with
right now.
Alistar and,
I'm running mid
Kia
right now.
Galio.
I do have Flash, so.
I mean, what's the Galio ult
Spawn,
timer?
spawn rift. Spawn rift.
Okay.
Okay, so you say you have flash, but you don't really say you're looking for something. And then you should say like, I'm looking for something, and then say your target as soon as you see an opportunity. Right?
I can go in behind them, but
And
I
then
don't
people
wanna
can
dive.
be
Yeah,
communicating.
no, don't dive.
Always go in.
This
We
is
can
gonna
play
take
it
the
safe.
tower.
I can go in.
Go!
So 2 people were saying they don't want to dive, and then Peridian, you were looking to go in, so there was miscommunication here, right?
Well, that wasn't. I don't know. I felt like it was a good engage. I don't know what happened in the back end though. Like I didn't see the other side of the fight.
I
Like
mean-
why is everyone 1 HP on the other side of the
Here,
fight?
go back for a second.
Because I knocked up 3 of them and Malphite's not even there.
Well, it's
Go
like
play. I think honestly, I think the fact because I couldn't go up
Who's
and
gonna
attack
take the
anything
tower?
else
I can go.
because of this Orianna that was still alive here.
Mhm.
So let it keep playing.
I can go.
I think
Go,
a big
go!
problem is that
Yeah,
I
like, we
got
didn't-
more round and then
Like
ulted
that
by
Ori was
Orianna.
fucked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I don't think
I didn't do anything in that whole fight.
except for save
Yeah.
Orianna Kappa.
I think we just lose that fight whether I engaged there or not because I engaged after she already ulted, didn't I? Or no?
Yeah, I mean
Here-
we could
here,
have just
let it
backed
keep
out of
playing.
the fight though. I think.
Let it keep playing for a second.
I'm on Ori. Oh,
Like
we
this
saved by-
Ori is alive,
Vayne
and
is
then the
beating the
threat
fucking
level
shit
for
out
her
of
is
me.
so crazy. Like we can't do anything.
What was she saved by there? I'm so confused.
Like I can't walk up to fight any, to kill anything else, and they're still hitting our front line.
Yeah.
And then the Malphite comes in and just one shots me because he's pretty strong.
So, yeah, the fight's bad and whatever, but I don't think that's the majority of the problem. I think it's more of like order of operations, right? So everyone should be explaining what they want to do. You're positioning to get Rift in and take turret. 2 people say they don't want to dive, and then Peridian wants to look for something. Or that's what I'm guessing from him saying he has flash and he's stepping forward for it. So everyone should be thinking what to do next, right? You guys, the squishies, cannot play upwards as far as the tanks can. So we have to be thinking about what can the opponent do to us to kill us and what can we do to them. Because the main goal, I think, is just to get Rift and then like take turret and then like back off. I think that's what that call was.
Yeah.
Okay. So of course, always be careful of binding. So everyone should be positioning to dodge for that. The next thing is these 2. He's a good ball carrier, and she wants to get her ball onto you people. She doesn't
Wait,
really
are
care about
you-
these.
I'm not seeing anything you're doing if you're clicking around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me share screen then.
Don't
I
dive.
always go in.
I thought you guys were seeing this, but I forget that I have to share screen. It's so weird. Okay. Okay. Going back into this.
Oh fuck!
All
there's
those
lines
fucking
there. A lot
lines,
of
holy
them.
shit.
Yeah.
You might want to
Okay.
restart there. Okay.
Yeah. So you should be thinking about, okay, what can they do to me and what I can do to them, and what is our major goal. So it looks like we just want to get Rift, get turret, right?
Yeah.
Then we have to think about
1 second.
what they can do to us, right? Because they'll obviously want to try to fight here so that you don't take this, or if you do take this, they get something off of it. And their Vayne is currently big, so they think they can fight. So you have to be thinking of order of operations, which is just like, okay, how do they attack us? Well, they have a ball carrier for starters, but Oriana doesn't really want to ult either one of these two. She wants to ult this one mainly, and this one as like if she gets on top of someone. So you have to be watching out for where Jin goes and where Oriana is positioning. Second thing is obviously Morgana is binding. So you have to be, these two particularly have to be positioning in a way that those two objectives can't happen, the Oriana ball and the Jin engage. Or Alistar should be trying to keep Jin off of them, but they have Black Shield, so it's relatively hard. But you have to be careful of the binding as you walk forward. So you should be thinking about order of operations and not just like we want this objective, right? Because everyone's starting to walk forward together. And then Orion or Morgana just gets a free binding here because no one's protecting them and they're stepping forward at the same time. Right?
You like how I dashed forward into her there?
Fucking
Yeah.
caught that shit. I think that was just like I didn't watch Sly get bound, and then it was just like everything happened so fast at that instance.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like I didn't even know Oriana like shockwaved you guys. Like I was not paying attention to that.
Yeah. Well, it's more or less what you guys should be talking about beforehand and not the actual fight, right? So you guys should be talking about A, how you want to position, and B, like what you guys want. Well, like why are you all grouping here? So what's the end goal? And the end goal is getting Rift into here without losing a fight or really gaining anything from a fight, right? And if you guys are going to fight, so they want to fight you because they have a huge carry, right? So they're looking for this fight. So you have to think about, okay, they're probably not just going to let us run Rift into them without like some repercussions. So what do they want to do? And how do we fight it? So the best bet for you guys is front to back. Keep the ball carrier away from the back line. This ball carrier is her. They keep away from the back line. And to be careful of Morgana bindings, right? The best thing you can do is play front to back and funnel them backwards. And try to get Camille to kill this one, or at least trap her so you can get on top of her. So you guys should be thinking about order of operations right here. So you guys are grouping here. You guys should be thinking, I want turrets. You guys should be seeing whether they group or not, but inevitably you're grouping for a reason. So you should be thinking, okay, spawn rift. What happens next if they're here? Then how do we play the fight out? Like, what do we want to do? Malphite's here. Like, you should be trying to think of what happens next.
Yeah.
Because you guys committed to a group, but then the calls were kind of slow and scuffed, and there wasn't really any like driving factor in your call. There was hesitation. you guys start making calls as soon as the things start happening, but I think you guys should be thinking beforehand what you want to do, and then think about what's going to happen next after you start it, right?
Yeah.
Instead of you just start talking about spawning Rift and why you're grouping mid. So you guys are kind of behind on like what's happening, and it starts getting hectic because there's no real like rhyme or reason behind it, I feel.
Holy fuck. You actually got Shockwave right fucking beside me and I didn't even pay attention. I was so tunneled on the 3-man fucking knockup. Yeah, we could have backed out there actually.
Yeah.
And then I think it's just kind of game over from here.
Yeah. Does anyone have anything to say or
Yeah,
questions?
I think before fights we should be talking about what each of us needs to do in the team fight. So like I know what I need to do, but I need you guys to know that I know what I'm doing. So like for example, in that game, like Serena was saying, I should have been like I like when I play All Star, I like to think of myself as like the goalkeeper for like the carries. So like I would keep like the people who want to dive onto you off. So like Zin's out, for example, I should have been zoning him, and like Camila Gallo are just looking to go on Vayne, like just basic things, just to make sure everyone knows the game plan going into team fights. Because I don't think we talked about it at all. Like we're like, yeah, we just team fight them with ults. I think that's all that we said. But I think we should go over what each of us needs to do in it. Like just briefly, not like, you know.
Yeah, it's not in-depth analysis. It's just like, okay, I should be looking for like Camille is the best target for Vayne, so she's not like free hitting people. Of course, she can't like solo Vayne unless like Vayne doesn't hit her.
As long as she's buying time and doing
Yeah.
the Vayne, we should be able to win the fight because Kendra was so strong.
Yeah. Then you have to think of your priority damage targets and who to target next, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
you want to play front to back because Jen and Malphite actually do damage. So,
Right.
does anyone else have anything to say? Everyone's kind of quiet.
Are you guys awake?
We're here.
No,
Yeah,
understand.
sorry, my
Here.
mic was off. I'm definitely listening. I pretty much agree with what you're saying. I think it really just comes down to practicing talking about things like well before they happen, honestly.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I feel like I hard through that fight because I had like literally all of our gold and I just kind of inted.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even
fine.
realize you actually just
We forgive
jumped
you.
into a fucking fight.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, what I'm trying to say is it's not really about the fight itself, right? It's more about like how it happened and what led up to it, kind of thing. And I think most of it was just people weren't really talking about what was happening until it actually started happening.
Yep.
Because of course you can go over losses and just be like, well, I could have mechanically outplayed this, or I could have done that, etc.
But it's like the situation is what we can actually fix.
Yeah, why
that
this
doesn't happen again.
happens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel it.
Sylvester, switch accounts.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so is that everything for now then? We're just gonna get into game, or?
Yeah.